Hello guys, so I would like us to solve this complex equation. Now, whenever you're given a complex equation and told to solve, basically you're supposed to rearrange the two parts of the equation so that you're able to see the real parts and the imaginary parts clearly. And solving the equation basically involves you equating the real part of one side of the equation to the real part of the other side of the equation, and the imaginary part on one side of the equation to the imaginary parts of the other side of the equation. So I would like us to cross multiply so that we can be able to clearly see the real and imaginary parts of both sides of the equation. So I'll take jx multiply here. Jx multiplied by this is equal to, take this side and cross multiply it on this other side. So this gives me jx squared plus, if I open this up, this will give me j 3yx is equal to, opening these two brackets, so open with 3x, we'll have 3x plus j 3xy, and then opening with jy, we'll have plus jy, and then jy multiplied with jy will give us j squared y squared. By j squared is -1, so that will give us minus y squared. Now, after that, let's group so that we see the real parts and the imaginary part. So on this side of the equation, if you take out j, you will clearly see that we have x squared plus 3yx remaining. And on this other part, let's take the real part. So this part and this part without the j, those are the real parts of this equation. And then these other parts have j. So if you factor out j, you will have 3xy plus, if you factor out j, you'll have 3xy plus y. Now we want to take real part of this one side to real parts. We equate the real parts of one side to the real parts of the other side. On this other side, we don't have any part without j, so the real part is 0. And on this side, we have 3x minus y squared. So this clearly translates to 3x is equal to y squared. And if you make x the subject of the formula, we'll have x is equal to y squared over 3. Then let's take the imaginary part of this side, equate it to the imaginary part of the other side. So imaginary to imaginary, what does that give? So the imaginary part is x squared plus 3yx is equal to the imaginary part of this side is 3xy plus y. This and this are clearly the same. So if we bring this to this other side, this will cancel. So this implies that I have x squared plus 3yx minus, bring this to the other side. I can write it as 3yx as well because multiplication is commutative. This is equal to y. So this gives me a 0 so that I have x squared is equal to y. From here, I already have an expression for x. So I can replace this into this value here so that I'm able to solve. So if x is y squared over 3, what is x squared? X squared will be y squared over 3 squared. And this is supposed to be equal to y. So opening that up, I have y raised to power 4 over 9. This is equal to y. And this will give me y raised to power 4 is equal to 9y. Divide all through by y. We will have y cubed is equal to 9. So what's the value of y? Y is equal to the cube root of 9. And if you have the value of y, then you can be able to get the value of x because we already had an expression for x is equal to y squared over 3. So x is equal to y squared over 3. So this will be the cube root of 9 squared over 3. That's how we go about solving complex equations.